As we enter the home stretch of the presidential election, both candidates are pulling out all the stops to connect with voters.
Local Democrat and Republican leaders are weighing in on presidential nominee Joe Biden's visit to Erie and how this can shape the election.
Fire crews rushed to the scene of an overnight house blaze.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is Jet 24 Action News at 11.
New tonight at 11, President Trump's doctors say he's well enough to return to campaigning a little more than a week after testing positive for COVID-19. ABC's Faith Abube says both candidates are pulling out the stops to connect with voters as we're heading into the home stretch of the presidential election.
In yet another Fox News interview since leaving Walter Reed Hospital last Monday, President Trump now claiming he's COVID-free and immune to the deadly virus.
Looks like I'm immune for, I don't know, maybe a long time, or maybe a short time. It could be a lifetime. Nobody really knows, but I'm immune.
Trump's comments follow a statement from his personal doctor Saturday night, saying that the president has met the CDC's criteria and is no longer at risk of spreading the virus. The White House still hasn't said when the president last tested negative for COVID-19, despite Trump saying this during a Sunday evening call to prayer event.
I've been tested totally negative.
Trump has been eager to get back on track.
First of all, I'm feeling great. I don't know about you. How's everyone feeling?
Staging an in-person campaign event at the White House this weekend. Hundreds of supporters on the South Lawn, many wearing masks, but no social distancing.
It's going to disappear. It is disappearing, and where vaccines are going to help and the therapeutics are going to help a lot.
With more than 214,000 Americans dead from the virus so far, a new ABC News Washington Post poll shows voters trust Joe Biden over Trump to handle the pandemic.
America deserves a president who understands what people are going through.
The polls show Biden enjoying a double-digit lead nationwide, while Trump faces questions about his business dealings. The New York Times saying in a report, President Trump has reinvented the D.C. swamp. ABC News has not independently verified the tax documents in the Times reporting, which adds that the president profited from more than 200 companies, groups, and foreign governments patronizing Trump properties at a time when his personal empire was struggling financially. Eric Trump, the president's son, on ABC's This Week.
We're a hospitality company. We've got tens of millions of people staying at our properties every single year. The New York Times is absolute fake news. All they want to do is take down my father.
The White House has yet to respond to ABC's request for a comment. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
Jet 24 Action News is your local election headquarters. Presidential nominee Joe Biden made a stop in Erie Saturday to deliver a speech about labor and how to boost the economy. This comes just less than a month before the presidential election. Star Bodie spoke to a local Democrat and Republican chairman about their reaction to Biden's campaign.
Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden making a stop in Erie on Saturday, focusing his speech on jobs and economic growth, an issue Democratic Chairman Jim Wertz believes as timely just weeks before the election.
It clearly directed at the people of Erie. It was about jobs, it was about infrastructure, it was about the importance of the people who do the work every day. We hear so much in the political sphere about job creators.
His speech surrounded by a small group of people and leaders in Erie County, Biden expressing the importance of improving infrastructure. Republican Party Chairman Veryl Solomon believes Vice President Biden is not putting the residents of Erie County first.
How can you come and not talk to the people of Erie County broadly? I know it's virtual and whatever, but you know, an airport rally where everybody's outdoors.
Democratic Chairman Jim Wertz says Biden's visit could help weigh in on who people will vote for come election time.
We hear a lot about 2016 and the fact that Hillary wasn't here. When we think about yesterday's event, when we think about the fact that Joe Biden made his way here to Erie, that it wasn't just surrogates passing through, I think that does matter to folks who are on the fence.
Former Vice President Biden ending his speech by urging everyone to vote. Star Bodie, Jet 24 Action News.
The Republican Party chairman also tells us he expects President Trump or Vice President Pence to make an appearance in Erie before the election. And select members of the Erie community watched Joe Biden speak at the Plumbers Local Union training facility yesterday. These community leaders are glad Biden promised an infrastructure bill. Mayor Joe Schember says Biden was specific about his tax plan if he were to become president.
He said of the Fortune 500, which is the 500 largest companies in the United States, 91 of them didn't pay any tax last year. And he thinks the people making money should be paying some tax. So that's what he's going to make sure happens.
For all your local election news anytime, head to our website, yourerie.com. We have new information on the dead body that was found last night floating in the water. City of Erie fire crews, along with several other agencies and the Coast Guard, responded to the area of Don John Shipbuilding around 8:30 Saturday night. According to the Erie County coroner, the body is a black male between 20 to 30 years old. There was no obvious signs of trauma on the victim, as well as no identification. The investigation is ongoing. And coming up next on Jet 24 Action News at 11, on Monday, Senate Republicans on Capitol Hill plan to have a quick confirmation hearing to replace the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That's after first look at the weather. Craig.
Hi there, Brian. So hope you had a good weekend. Tomorrow, Monday, will be another warmer day. Details in the forecast next.
From your news leader, you're watching Brian Wilk, meteorologist Craig Flint, and Mike Fenner with sports. This